Alshon Jeffrey and the Eagles are flying high on the arm of Nick Foles to the Super Bowl. Tom Brady, he did not need a hand in throwing the Patriots back into another Super Bowl.
Oh, I get what you did there.
You know what I did there, Barry? I'm pretty clever, aren't I?
You're very clever.
And I want you to listen to this one, because each of the last 36 games better be played like it's the Blackhawks Super Bowl, or they'll be super disappointed missing the playoffs for the first time in a decade. Hi, everyone. I'm Luke Ellis. Welcome to our Super Bowl edition of The Final Word. Barry Rosner of the Daily Herald and the Score is always alongside, and WGN Radio's Pete McMurray is here as well. Good to see you guys.
What a day for football, man. It's my favorite Sunday of the year.
Who's surprised by what happened on Championship Sunday? Anyone?
No, I don't think you can be too surprised by any of this.
I'm not surprised. Even though the Eagles were dogs again, I thought after what they did the first two playoff games, I'm like, there's no way I'd bet against them.
Teams coming off miracles do tend to have trouble the next week.
But you didn't think the Vikings were going to get blown out like that, did you?
No, that part of it is surprising.
Right.
Good point, Pete.
Good point, Pete. Yeah,
that's why I'm here, folks.
Thanks for being here.
I didn't think they'd get blown out, but I thought they'd lose. I watched the press conference again earlier tonight, and I was really taken aback by Fangio actually on his own stepping up and saying, listen, one of the reasons I'm also back is because of Mitchell Trubisky.
Even if he hated him, he'd say he loved him. But of course
he didn't need to say anything. But he wasn't asked about Trubisky.
Look,
he didn't need
he's
to say
the defensive
anything.
coordinator. He doesn't need to talk about
There's a lot of skill there to like, but there's also a lot of work to do.
You just don't like him. Lots more to get to on this edition of The Final Word.
I'm going to get
the Blackhawks. What's coming up on the radar here in Chicago, presented by Cobra Radar Detectors, one of the great names in Chicago high school and college sports, is having his high school jersey retired on Friday night. We're talking about the guy over here, Gordon Tech High School, DePaul University great, current head coach of the DePaul College prep basketball team, Tommy Kleinschmidt. Tommy, you know a little about basketball. Tell me my Ramblers are doing a pretty good job right now.
Coach Porter Moser's doing a fantastic job. They look very, very good on tape, and they've been winning some big games. Had the big win against Florida, so always pulling for Coach Porter.
Good to have you here, man, and congratulations. What does this mean to have your number retired?
It's fantastic. All the great athletes and coaches who've walked the halls at Gordon Tech. It's an honor. A little bit embarrassed. We've had Olympic athletes, some NFL players, and great coaches, so it's fantastic. And you know, it's a huge honor for me.
What's it like coaching now? Do you think you were ever going to do that?
I did. I knew I wanted to compete after basketball, so I had great mentors coming up. You know, starting with my father and Coach Steve Pappas, Joey Meyer, Ray Meyer. So I knew I wanted to give back and still compete. And yes, I did know I wanted to be a coach. Yep.
When you played in the state finals in high school, you had the flat top. Are you going to get a haircut for Friday?
I'm losing it. I'm trying to hang on to it right now. So,
got it.
Yeah, we'll probably won't go back to the flat top. We'll probably, you know, stay status quo as
I do have to say that I've seen many of your games at DePaul Prep. The high school basketball players nowadays seem so much faster. Or am I just getting old?
No, a lot better athletes. You know, they have a lot of trainers now. Everybody has a you know, ball handling trainer, shooting trainer, agility trainer. We kind of went to the park and played, and we played in the gym. They are much more advanced athletically. Right now, a lot more skilled right now. So.
What have you learned from some of the other coaches? You brought up some of the great names, Ray Meyer, Joey Meyer, Coach Pappas. What did you learn from those guys, Tommy, that you can use now? And I understand that today's athlete, today's basketball player is different than the Tom Kleinschmidt who played at DePaul from 91 to 95.
Yeah, I think the parents are a little bit different. I think the kids are the same. They want to be coached. They know right away if you know what you're talking about or not. You know, the clothes have changed, the music's changed. I think the players have stayed the same. They want to be good, they want to be better, they want to be coached. They are much better players, a lot of individual skill. AAU tournaments are traveling all over, playing the best competition, so they are a step above probably where we were at when, you know, at my age.
You say they want to be coached. Did you want to be coached? And do you think they listen to you more now in high school than you did to your high school coach?
No, I listened to my high school coach. I had the greatest high school coach of all time, and Steve Pappas, rest in peace. He was fantastic to all of us. I think I do have the respect of the players. They know I've played. I have a great assistant coaching, Coach Ken Griswold. The kids really take to us, and they want to be coached, and they want to play for us. So, yeah, we have great kids, too. They're awesome. We love coaching them.
Biggest influence in your life?
My father, Steve Pappas. Yep.
Okay.
Kenny Kendall as well, sure.
Can you still shoot like you used to?
I can shoot. I can stay half court. I can't run back anymore.
All right, here are the details this Friday night at DePaul College Prep. You old-timers out there watching, you'll remember it as Gordon Tech,
Look at that hair.
3633 North California. The ceremony will take place at 6:30. I love the hair.
Good old number 34.
It's going to take place before the varsity game against Fenwick. Come on out, support one of the greatest players to ever lace him up in Chicago. Tommy, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me in. It's been a pleasure.
Good to see you, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you.
Time now to find out if I'm nuts or not nuts. I know
Well,
what I feel.
That's an easy one.
yep.
All right, I got a bunch of statements for you guys. You've played this game before. You haven't, so follow his lead.
It's good to be here.
You ready? Jaguars and Eagles went from worst to first and played championship Sunday. I think the Bears will go from worst to first next season.
You think they're going to win the Super Bowl next year, don't you? You're nuts.
Not nuts.
Oh, I love
Defense
it.
coming back. Trubisky, not nuts.
Oh, he's invited back on the show.
Thank you.
Case Keenum, Blake Bortles, and Nick Foles all started today on Championship Sunday, and all three will be free agents in March. I've got Case Keenum breaking the bank as next season's Vikings starting quarterback.
You're not nuts. I mean, Bradford, Bridgewater, I think they love Case Keenum right now.
Not nuts. I agree. Big money.
All right, I'm not giving in yet. While some think the Blackhawks dynasty is over, I'm not one of them. I think they'll bounce back.
Yeah, that's not nuts. It would help if Corey Crawford came back sooner rather than later.
If he doesn't come back this season, are they strong enough to get into the playoffs?
No, they're not. Their
No.
goaltending's been
But
off.
not nuts. This year over, next year, hopefully.
All right, NBA trade deadline, February 8th. I know there's a huge buyer's market right now for Nico Mirotic, or so we're told. And I think the Bulls will be a better team without Mirotic.
You think they'll be better without him?
Without him.
I think that's nuts.
Nuts. Nuts. But still trade him so they tank and we get a better draft pick.
All right, the 20-second pitch clock is good for baseball. Damn the players and baseball purists who think it's not.
You don't even like baseball. You're nuts.
Nuts. I'm a purist. Leave it alone.
Journey and Def Leppard playing Wrigley Field. I think the new theme song for the Cubs is going to be Don't Stop Believing. Forget about Go Cubs Go.
Now you lost me.
You think they're going to change this song? You're nuts.
You
know
are
how much they love this
absolutely
song.
nuts.
All right,
Nuts.
now you
But
lost
I'll be
your
at the
chance to come
concert.
back. Thanks for joining us. Now get out of here.
That's it?
We're back to wrap it up next. If you're a Bears fan, keep it right here. Inside the Bears is next. Have a good week.
You too.